clearly hear Senator Latvala say, well, gun violence is down. This is more than about gun violence. The whole country is talking about this issue and the culture that we've created. And in Florida, I believe it was Commissioner Putnam who talked about the millions of gun licenses that we have in our state. You know, to me, it's a no-brainer. But it's impossible to have a conversation. You saw the deer in the headlight look when we started the conversation today, and that's the way in which most elected officials in our state seem to react when you want to talk about this issue. But I think it's very serious. I think law enforcement thinks it's very serious, and I'm not trying to take anyone's gun away. What I'm trying to do is have a conversation about what can we do to ensure that people who are really dangerous, who have the potential to inflict great harm on our most vulnerable in this society, don't get their hands on a gun so easily.
So how does changing the name of a background check, because I mean that was pretty much what Sheriff Gualtieri was talking about, how does that help? What does that accomplish?
Well, that was his idea. I mean, it's unfortunate that we have to couch this serious discussion with all kinds of subterfuge about let's just change the name and not call it a background check, because it really isn't. You heard the discussion. I just tend to say what I mean and mean what I say, and I think sometimes as elected officials we get so caught up in trying to be appropriate and not offend anybody that we miss the forest for the trees. And frankly, I was very offended to hear the comment, this is just political. It has nothing, how is that political, what happened to those kids in Connecticut? I ask you.
So you want more than just a name change. You'd like to see some of the other items that were discussed, like making sure that people who are mentally ill but don't necessarily have a record of it aren't getting weapons, things of that nature.
Exactly, and that's not exactly true that they don't have a record. They have not been convicted, perhaps, of anything. That doesn't mean that they don't have a long recorded history of all kinds of mental illnesses, and mental illness is an illness. You'd like to think there would be some way to track that and to ensure that people who suffer from this illness aren't buying guns and going nuts with them.